Hi everyone, it's Hetty again and it's Saturday night. Anyway, today I am making for you, I should say this evening I'm making for you risotto. Now you make risotto with Arborio. I know I never could pronounce it. Arborio rice. It's a totally different type of rice. And what I have here, aside from my glass of wine, is I have 4 cups of chicken broth, chicken stock. I've heated it up and I've put it on a very low simmer because you got to keep it hot. And I have here 1.5 cups of the rice, a 1/2 cup of white wine, a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, 3 tablespoons of butter, divided. I have 1 and then 2. I have medium shallot chopped, a garlic clove, and some fresh parsley flake chopped. So what I'm gonna do, and of course salt, you know I don't use pepper. What I'm gonna do after I take a sip of this wine is put the oil and the butter in that pot that is heating up. I don't want it to be too hot, but it's, woo!
It's getting there.
It's getting there.
Station identification.
Yes, absolutely. There we go. And the butter. So we make sure that the butter is melted. Okay, we're going to put the shallot. Don't you love the sound when something is sizzling?
Usually. Unless it's my skin.
And 1 garlic clove. If you don't like the taste of the garlic, you don't. Where's the powder here? It's missing. Oh boy.
It's probably in the drawer.
I'm going to use my old trusty one.
Oh boy, old school.
Old school. Okay. Alrighty. And we're going to stir this around until the shallots are translucent. Maybe I have this a little too high. Can never tell.
With your favorite new oven.
With my favorite new oven. Oh God. Here we go. Those shallots smell delightful. So a little oil in there. Okay, so what we're gonna do after this is done, it's almost done. It only takes about a minute or 2. I might treat myself tonight to 2 little mini bottles of wine. Saturday night after all.
The holidays are close.
Okay, that's done. Take a peek. And I'm going to put the rice in. And you're going to move it around so it's fully coated with the oil and the butter and the shallots. That smells good. Okay, and what we're going to put in now is a 1/2 cup of dry white wine. This is Pinot Grigio. You know, when I was younger and I didn't know how to cook very well, I used to use that bottled crap. You know, the cooking wines that you find on the supermarket shelf. But then somebody told me, why would you use that? Why would you use that wine? Use the wine that you drink. I said, you know, that makes a lot of sense. So from then on, whatever wine I had in the house that I drink or that I serve, I put in my food. I mean, if you could put it in your stomach, put it in your food.
What's the difference?
Exactly. So we're gonna wait until this rice absorbs the little bit of wine that's there. So when this is absorbed, what we're going to do is we're going to put a ladle of chicken broth in here and watch it. You don't have to stir it every minute, but you know, stay close and take the spoon and every once in a while turn it around. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so the wine has dried up in the rice. So what I'm gonna do is I have heated up the 4 cups of chicken broth and I keep it here on a slow simmer because I'm gonna keep adding it to the rice. So after the wine dries up, you add a ladleful of chicken broth, stir it around, and when it dries up, after the rice has absorbed some of the chicken broth, you add another ladle and you keep adding it until the rice is tender and you've used all the broth. So I'll come back when it's absorbed. Alright, so this has been, I've done all the ladles and it's tender now. I just tasted it. It looks yummy. Take a look. It's al dente. So now the cheese goes in. I'm gonna put about a teaspoon of salt.
That was butter, by the way.
That was butter, yes.
You said cheese. Don't worry about it. Roll along. Some salt.
I had a senior moment.
That's all right. What estimate on the salt there?
I have a teaspoon.
Teaspoon. Well, no measurement.
Butter is melting. I think that the parsley I'm going to put after I plate it. And I'm going to put cheese. You put as much or as little as you want. You could start out with 1/4 cup of cheese, whatever kind of cheese you like, Pecorino Romano, Lucatello, whatever. I start a little bit at a time. Here. Ah, yummy. This is like a side serving, actually, for about 3-4 people. If you want to make it a first plate with shrimp or chicken or whatever else you want to put in it, then I would say it will serve 2. If it's going to be a meat course. Well, I like cheese. So, delicious. Here you go. And the rest of the cheese I put in a cup. Like I said, you could put in as little or as much as you like. I would say that the total process took about a half hour. The risotto, the rice is al dente. And what am I gonna do right here? What am I gonna do? Did I say that? What am I gonna do?
You are.
I'm gonna put it in this plate. Here you go. Wow. It smells so good. We're having it as side dishes tonight. But here you go. And that's it. Risotto. Like I said, you can add mushrooms. You can add chicken, shrimp, whatever. But there it is. And here's my last drop for my Saturday night. And the next thing I want to make is stuffed zucchini. It's so delicious. And then you just fry them. I think I'm gonna make them for Thanksgiving as a side dish, as a side vegetable. But anyway, until next time, bon appetit.